Yo's me, your boy, Shonen Boy here today. I'm here today to review the latest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1079, The Red Hair Pirates and an Emperor's Crew. So this is straight into this video. So last week's chapter, I went a bit too far with the spoilers, and I'm sorry for that. I will try my best to make sure that I don't post, too much of a spoilers, but the chapter was out, and I thought I could, post spoilers, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spoil anyone, but the chapter was out, and I was, and I just wanted to, get my video out there. So I'm sorry for spoiling anyone who if I did spoil you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, yeah. So let's move on. So let's get it straight into this chapter. So the cover page for this chapter is Luffy watering a lion that looks like a sunflower, and it says cover request by the Sunflower Shop in Tokyo. Luffy watering a lion, mistaking it for a sunflower. Which, it's kind of wholesome and cute, I guess. Like, Luffy is on a nice sunny day, and he's watering, some sunflowers, on, some farm, and he mistakes a lion for a sunflower, and he's watering the lion, and the lion does not look very happy about that. And there's a frog, and you see the sun, and the sun has a face on it, so maybe it's Prometheus from Big Mom. So yeah, but it's a cute wholesome cover page, and I'm pretty sure that this means that the cover page, the cover series for Mad's, I guess you could say, yeah, Mad's cover story is done. I'm assuming there's going to be no more left. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, so that'll probably be the end of the Mad's cover page. So yeah, so let's move on. So the first part of the chapter, we get to see a flashback of York telling the Seraphims, what to do, and commanding the Seraphims to, kill all the pirates that are on Egghead Island, and kill all the other Vegapunks, but spare, her, and also, kill the Stellar body, and she's telling all the, Seraphims, to, go out throughout the lab and kill everybody you see except for, York, and she, specifically tells, S-Snake, to, when, she wants, S-Snake to get, York in front of everyone so that they don't suspect her being the, traitor, and, to petrify her, and then when no one's watching, unpetrify her, and then then she can move on to kill the Stellar body. So yeah, and we also get a nice butt shot of York, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and then S-Snake goes off, and she does what she needs to do, and that is basically, telling us, what has happened. I would have liked to maybe seen a little bit of a hint, because in last week's chapter, I said I wasn't very happy with York, being the traitor, but then I watched some videos from some other YouTubers, and they explained it, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of understand what's, York, and, why she would be the, traitor, and, why she would do this, because she's a personification of greed, and she wants everything, and, and how do you get everything? By becoming a celestial dragon, and that's why she wants to become a celestial dragon, because she wants everything, and she is and I'm pretty sure at some point Vegapunk wanted to be a celestial dragon, because it would have made it a lot easier to do whatever he wanted to do, because he was a celestial dragon. But yeah, so S-Snake goes off and does what she needs to do, and then then we see, then we go to present time. This is no longer in the flashback, but we see the Egghead lab in like shambles. We see that it's all destroyed, and and there's there's a lot of commotion going on, and you see the civilians getting on the ship, and we see Sentomaru is looking up for some reason, and we also see the Mark IIIs, being deployed, and then on the coast we see Blackbeard. We see Blackbeard's ship. We don't see Blackbeard himself, but we do see his ship, and we do see his flag. Now, this could be one of the other Titanic captains, but oh my god, if this is Blackbeard, Egghead Island is gonna be insane. Like, oh my god, we've got the Marines coming, we've got, Kizaru, we've got some Vice Admirals, we've got one of the Gorosei members. Like, maybe Blackbeard got a tip from someone that, that one of the Gorosei members is coming to Egghead Island. That means that Blackbeard has to have someone on the island. Caribou. It's Caribou. Caribou is working with Blackbeard, like, dead set. Dead set. Caribou is working with Blackbeard, and he is, and that's the reason why he's coming to Egghead Island. And Caribou contacted Blackbeard somehow, and that's the reason why he's coming to Egghead Island. That's my theory. That's out there. It's done. Blackbeard is coming to Egghead Island, and oh my god, this is going to be so good. Like, I did not expect Blackbeard to show up, on Egghead Island. Now, this might not be Blackbeard, but it's Blackbeard. Like, I'm telling you right now, it has to be Blackbeard. So, if it is Blackbeard, then that must mean that Law lost, which is, like, very sad. But, it could not be Blackbeard. It could be another Titanic captain. Who knows? But we'll have to wait and see. So, yeah. So, moving on, then we cut away from that, and we go to Kid. We go to Kid versus Shanks. Oh, yes, I wanted to see this. I wanted to see Kid versus Shanks so much, but when Oda didn't show it, I was like, oh, okay, he's not going to show Kid versus Shanks. He's gonna just, show the aftermath and showing, Kid being defeated or something like that. So, yeah. So, we get to see Kid, and he is looking at some of the, ships that are, allies to, Shanks. And we get, this monkey that is the captain of the, Pullen Pirates, the Pullen Toy Goshen. I'm sorry for these names. I'm going to be terrible at, pronouncing these names. I'm sorry. But, yeah. Then we get this really old dude with the beard, and his teeth is coming out. Like, he spat his teeth out. And he's the head of the social club pirates, Grave Tooth Fugura. I think his name is Fugura. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Fugura. Yeah. But he seems like he's very old. He seems like he's, way older than everyone else. And we also see this very... I don't know if this chick is a tontata or not. She's got, the face of a tontata. She looks like a Mount Cherry. I'm from the tontatas. And it's the princess of the Borogoros pirates? Punky Purcher, and I'm assuming that she talks in a very cutesy voice. She says, "I'll have your guts," and it's like, wow, so bold, princess. So yeah. And you can't really make out what the old person's saying because he spits out his teeth, and his words are sort of jumbled. And the monk so the monkey says that I won't repeat myself again. You're not going to see him, so just hop off. Trust the captain to get all tough. And that's what the monkey is saying. So these are the allies to Shanks, and they look like they're I don't really know too much about them. They're brand new characters that we have not seen, so I don't know anything about them. So but if they're allies to Shanks, they have to be pretty strong. So yeah. And then Kid, says that, what the hell are these jokes, really, with the red-haired pirates? This is supposed to be the new world, isn't it? Don't worry, I never pull my punches. And Killer says, don't lower your guard. They've got some big names with them. So yeah, so these captains are apparently big names in the new world, and Killer basically says, don't lower your guard, or else we're gonna lose. So yeah. So moving on, then we see Shanks, and he is getting ready to leave Elbath, and he is talking to his other, the other people that are like allies to him, and he says he's going to confront Kid himself, and and he says, you guys can't, stand up against, the kid, Kid. You guys are, I think they say, I think Shanks said that they're weak or something. Like I'm like, I don't want, Elbath to be, destroyed or anything like that, and I'm going to confront Kid myself, and you guys are all like, weak, apparently. Like, these guys are apparently weak to Shanks and weak to Kid. So Shanks is going to, face Kid himself. So yeah. And he also says, tell them to, and to tell the rest of the ships to, clear a path for me, because I'm going to confront Kid myself. So yeah. So then moving on, and he is now on his ship, and in one of the Shanks pirates. I can't remember his name. I think it's like Lime Juice, I think his name is. He throws Shanks a paper, and it's news on Blackbeard, and they say that Blackbeard has left the pirate islands. Then he has been venturing around, and that's the last information that we found out about him. And yeah. And then Kid says, how many ships are there now? And says 9, and there are plenty of faces I recognize from the bounty posters of them. So like, there's about 9 ships that are like that are going after our Kid, and it seems like, Shanks is going after Blackbeard, which makes sense. I mean, that's what his target is. That makes sense. I mean, I'm not surprised. So, yeah. And then moving on, so then Kid pulls out the big guns. He just like, screw this, I'm going all out, from the get-go. I don't give a damn. We're up against, and he pulls out his, his gun that he used against Big Mom, and he says, eat this, damn punk, and he, brings out his big gun, and he's about to blast the ships with his cannon, and Shanks, uses Future Sight, and I'm not surprised he has Future Sight hockey, and they go, whoa, we're being pulled in, because, with, the awakening of, Kid's, ability, he can pull in, metal, he can pull in, people, with his, and make a magnetic, sort of like pull towards him. And he's like pulling the ships towards him. And Shanks uses Future Sight, and he gets up, and he runs over to where Kid is, and he says, "This is bad. What's going on, Chief? Get all the ships to move aside now. Dory and Broggy, get in position. It's about time." That's what Dory and Broggy says, and we see a little bit of the future, and we see all of the ships getting blown up, and we see people, dying, and he's about to do something serious, some serious damage. Sounds like you've seen a hell of a future. That's what Ben Beckman says, and we see a bunch of ships on fire, and it says, as expected, and Shanks goes over to the Kid pirates. He jumps over to where the ship is, and Kid is just like, "Red hair, oh my god!" and then one attack, divine departure, and he wrecks Kid. He slices Kid in half. Well, not really in half, but he slices Kid, and he takes Kid down, and oh my god, this is so epic. Like, holy shit. Shanks. This is why you always bet on Shanks. It doesn't matter who is versing Shanks, you always bet on Shanks. And I heard so many Kid, fanboys. I heard so many Kid, people on like Twitter, mostly Twitter, saying maybe Kid can, fight Shanks, and maybe he can do something. Bruh. Nah. This is why he's used as Captain Kid mid, okay? This is why he's mid, okay? He's not ready. He's not Luffy, okay? He's not Law. Yeah. And, I mean, no one's ready for Shanks. He is literally the Roger of this era. He's literally the Roger of this era, and no one can stand up to him. Because, Big Mom and Kaido probably could have stood up to him, and probably gave him a run for his money, because Big Mom and also Kaido are really, really strong, but now they're taken out of the picture. Kid was not ready for this. He was not ready, and then there's a massive explosion. Kid is knocked back, and he's bleeding from the mouth, and all the other Kid pirates get knocked out, and who really thought that the Kid pirates were stood a chance? Who really? Seriously, who really thought that the Kid pirates stood a chance? Because they did not. They did not stand a chance against Shanks, and it's just Shanks, no one else. It's just Shanks. He literally just went up there himself and was just like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Get the fuck out of here! You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then Shanks comes over to the Kid pirates. He's looming over them, and Killer got caught up in the blast as well of of Shanks, Shanks's divine departure, slice, and Kid is down for the count. He does not look like he's getting up again, and the Kid pirates are just like, "Take him, take the real poneglyph rubbings. We surrender. Please, don't hurt us, please." They're bitches. They're literally see their captain going down, and they're just like, "Please don't hurt us. We're giving you rubbings of the real poneglyph," and they just give the real poneglyph rubbings to them. And then Dory and Broggy go out to sea or something. They're standing on something, and they both rear their weapons back, about to do the Elbath spear, and and they do the Elbath spear, and they destroy the Kid pirate's ship, and they, you know, cut it in half, and the kid pirates all sink, and they all drown, and that is the end of the kid pirates. So Kid is, I don't think Kid is dead, but his crew is dead. Like, straight up, the crew is dead, and oh my god, do not fuck with Shanks, okay? Do not fuck with him, just let him be king of the pirates. Like, seriously, like, like, damn, son, like, Dory and Broggy was just like, fuck these guys, and like did the Elbath spear and destroyed their ship, and we get a really, you know, cool menacing look of Shanks, and Shanks isn't fucking around. He is not fucking around anymore. He is out for blood, and he is ready. He is like, okay, I am going to go and find the One Piece, and I don't care whoever gets in my way. I mean, a kid, get the fuck out of here. I'm going after Blackbeard because he's an actual threat, and like, oh my god, this chapter is amazing. Like, 10 out of 10. I did not think we were ever going to see, you know, Kid versus Shanks. I thought we were going to never see it again. I thought we were going to see the aftermath of that, you know, fight, but we just had to wait for, you know, Oda to come back, you know, and show us, you know, Kid versus Shanks. He had to think about it. He had to think about what he wanted to do with, you know, Kid versus Shanks, okay? He had to think about it. So, yeah. And there is a break next week, which is sad. Like, oh my god, Oda, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to, you know, go on a break? I know you need your breaks, but oh my god, like, seriously. So, like, seriously, I am way too excited. In this video. So, yeah. So, Kid is, like, you know, dead in the water, and the rest of his crew is dead in the water, and I don't know if we're going to see them again. Obviously, we're going to see Kid again. He won't die. I highly doubt Kid's going to die from this. But, yeah. But, the rest of the Kid Pirates, yeah, I think they're dead. So, yeah. Yeah, so that is the chapter in a nutshell. I've went over everything that happened in this chapter, and oh my god, it's insane. So, yeah. But anyways, this is your boy, Shonen Boy, signing out. You know, like, comment, and subscribe. And, you know, what did you think about this chapter? You know, what did you think about, you know, Shanks's attack with, you know, his divine departure? You know, was it cool? Like, I thought this was, you know, amazing getting to see, you know, Shanks, you know, use a move. And we get to see, you know, it's one move. He literally defeats Kid in one move. And I'm just like, oh damn. So yeah, so Kid was not ready. He was not ready, and the Kid Pirates did not stand a chance against Shanks, and it's just Shanks. It is just Shanks, and that is it. And oh my god, like this is insane. Like, Shanks is insane. Like, oh my god. I don't even think Luffy can even stand up to Shanks. Like, who can really, you know, stand up to him? Like, seriously, like, I don't know who can stand up to Shanks anymore. I don't know who can stand up to him, because there is no way that Luffy, Law, or Kid could stand. Like, maybe if they all teamed up like they did with you know, Kaido, maybe, but like, yeah, he is way too strong. Like, he is way too strong, and yeah. And, yeah. That's why you call him the God King. That is why you call him the God King. And that's why he is the strongest person in One Piece. He's number one for a reason. So, yeah. But anyways, until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. And have an awesome day. Yo, it's me, your boy, Shonen Boy, here today. I'm here today to talk about the latest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1079, and discuss with you guys about two things that I've been thinking about lately, about Blackbeard coming to Egghead Island, and also about Shanks' power level. So let's get straight into this video. I was supposed to make this video a while ago, but life and work got in the way of me making these this video. So, and the first time I made this video, it wasn't that very good. So yeah, so this is the video I was supposed to make a while ago when the chapter was hype and coming out. Now everyone's just kind of waiting for the next chapter of One Piece, and I was going to do that as well, but I wanted to get this out there. So yeah, but anyways, moving on from that, the first thing I want to talk about is Blackbeard coming to Egghead Island. And honestly, I've been thinking about this a lot with Blackbeard coming to Egghead Island, because there's two possibilities I'm thinking about when it comes to Blackbeard coming to Egghead Island. It's either going to be not Blackbeard, and it's going to be Aokiji coming to Egghead Island, and he's coming there because he's either part of the Revolutionary Army with Dragon. He teamed up with our Dragon or something like that, and he's going to help out Vegapunk to get off the island because the Marines are coming. Or he's going to, or he's coming there for a different reason, because he's with Sword, and he's going to rendezvous with, the Marines that are coming here and tell them about Blackbeard and his movements. Maybe that might be the, what's going on, or something else regarding, Aokiji. But honestly, the other thing that I was thinking about is way more interesting, I think it is Blackbeard that is coming to Egghead Island, and he has captured, Law, and he has stolen Law's Devil Fruit. That would be insane, and he uses his Devil Fruit, and he's like, room. That would be so cool, and oh, yes, that would be so cool. I really would love, Law to be, captured, and, Blackbeard to take his Devil Fruit, and him to have, Law's Devil Fruit. Not to kill Law, because I don't want Law to die. I don't want that. But, like, if he takes Law's Devil Fruit, and he's using it, Blackbeard would become so much more, more powerful. Because right now, with what we saw with Shanks, it's the power, difference between Shanks and the rest of the, the rest of the people underneath him. It's scary. Like, oh my god, I'll get into that very, very soon. So yeah, but honestly, like, Shanks' power level is on like a different level, so Blackbeard needs something else to really, to make him a threat to Shanks, because right now Shanks, honestly, he is really powerful. Like, he is really powerful. He's on the same level as like Kaido, maybe even stronger than Kaido, and like Blackbeard, man, like, if you're not coming out here with some really OP haki, or some really or you've unlocked both of your Devil Fruits, like you've unlocked the awakenings of your both Devil Fruits, I think he's going to lose to Shanks, and I think he needs that to to have that sort of edge to him, because Blackbeard, I think he really needs to be I think Oda needs to start really setting him up as like either the final villain, or Eam being the final villain, because those Blackbeard or Eam are going to be the final villain. We know that. So depending on who he wants to be the final villain, but I feel like Blackbeard might be taken care of right now. Like, I think he might be taken care of, sooner rather than later, and then Eam might be the final villain. I honestly think Eam will be the final villain of One Piece, even though Eam hasn't really been, developed that very much. I think Oda will develop Eam a little bit more when it comes to the Void Century, and when it comes to the final part of One Piece. So yeah, but getting back to Blackbeard coming to Egghead Island, I honestly think it's Blackbeard coming to Egghead Island, and I think he's got Law's Devil Fruit, and I think he's going to, this would be really interesting, but I thought it would be really cool if Blackbeard would kill one of the Gorosei. the Gorosei member that's coming to Egghead Island, Saint Garcia Saturn. Yeah. I would think it'd be really interesting if Blackbeard would kill one of the Gorosei members, and that would really shock the world, because I think it was in the last chapter, or I'm not too sure when it was, but the narrator came on and said the events that are going to happen on Egghead Island are going to shock the world, and a lot of people have said, Luffy's going to punch the Celestial Dragon, or something's going to happen on Egghead Island, that's going to shock the world. Dr. Vegapunk's going to die, or something like that. I honestly think that that with Blackbeard coming to Egghead Island now, I would really like this to happen. And if it doesn't happen, I don't really mind. I don't really care. But I'd really like this to happen, where Blackbeard kills, Saint Garcia Saturn, and he and that would actually shock the world, because that's one of the Gorosei, one of the highest, one of the highest people in the world, one of the most, powerful people in the world, and Blackbeard killed him. That would be really, the world would be very shocked, because to the world, because the Gorosei to the world are the top world nobles. They're the top of the top world nobles. I don't think everyone knows about the Gorosei, but people who have heard about the Gorosei know it's those four elders. They govern the world. They they reign over the Marines, the Celestial Dragons, and the government. They reign over everything, and no one knows about Eam or anything like that. Except for a couple of people in the world, literally a couple. It was literally Sabo and the four elders know about Eam's existence, and I guess a couple of his servants and everything like that. But Eam is kept very hush hush. So most of the people just know the Gorosei as the head of the world. And if one of the heads of the world dies at Egghead Island and it's Blackbeard that kills him, oh my god, that'd be insane. Honestly, that would put a big target on Blackbeard, and it would actually make him a big threat to the Marines, and the Marines would actually take him seriously, because I still think that when Shanks went to the Gorosei and he had a talk with the Gorosei, and he said oh yeah, I have a pirate that I want you guys to focus on, make sure that you, be aware of this pirate. I think he was talking about Blackbeard, because, Blackbeard was gaining power. He was, going after these really powerful Del fruits, and he was building up his crew, and he was amassing a lot of power. I think Shanks was talking about Blackbeard when he was, when he went and saw the Gorosei at the Reverie, I think it was. Yeah. So, and I don't think the Gorosei really took him that too seriously, Shanks. They were oh yeah, it's Blackbeard, whatever. We're the ones in power. Get out of here. We don't care. I think they took him a little bit seriously, but not seriously enough to be oh yeah, we should send someone after Blackbeard, because they might already have that with Aokiji being with the Blackbeard pirates, and they've said, and they might have said to Shanks, we've got it covered. We know how powerful Blackbeard is, and we have a spy inside the Blackbeard pirates, and that's Aokiji. Maybe that might be the case, maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, but I do think Aokiji is still working for the Marines or the Revolutionary Army, and he's trying somehow to take down Blackbeard within, like Drake was with Kaido, but that didn't really work out, because Drake was never going to take down Kaido. Honestly, Drake was not that very interesting, honestly, when we saw about him being in Sword, honestly. So yeah, but no, whatever. So yeah, but that's about Blackbeard. Blackbeard coming to Egghead Island. Honestly, I think that he's going to kill one of the Gorosei members, Saint Gargia Saturn, that's coming to Egghead Island with all the marine ships. And this is going to be this is gonna be a war. This is gonna be a battle. Like, honestly, because with all the battleships coming with the Marines and Kizaru and all the vice admiral, all the not vice admirals. I mean vice admirals and also vice captains and all these other different marines that are coming to Egghead Island. I think that it's going to be a battle, and this is I honestly thought Egghead Island was not going to be like this. I thought it was going to be, oh yeah, we meet Dr. Vegapunk, he gives us some lore, and then we help Vegapunk out, and then we leave. I honestly thought this was going to be a short arc, and this was going to be just a very sort of chill arc after what happened in Wano, and we are going to move on very quickly to Elbath. But obviously that did not happen, and this is turned into now a war, and also and things are happening. Like, oh my god, there's so many things that are happening on Egghead Island. It is crazy, and I'm loving it. Like, I am so loving Egghead Island right now. It is so good, and I've really liked the the discussion around Egghead Island, because there's so many things happening on Egghead Island. So many people are talking about it. It's really good, and I really like that. So yeah. Now the other thing that I was talking about, that I'm going to discuss, is Shanks's power level. Shanks's power level is too powerful, honestly, because Shanks, one-tapping Kid like this, where he does the Divine Departure, and fucking Kid gets destroyed. It's like, yo, what the hell? I was gonna make a separate video just about this, but it kind of morphed into these two videos that I wanted to, these two topics that I wanted to talk about with you guys. But like, Shanks's power level is too powerful. Like, he is broken. Like, honestly, he is broken. It's like the first time when Luffy went to Wano, and he saw all of his friends getting blown up at Odin Castle, and he and Luffy, like, witnessed that, and it was, like, Nami, Sanji, Brook, and, like, Chopper, and I think, like, a couple, and, like, Law's crew, and a couple other people in Odin Castle. It's been a long time since I remember that, but, like, Luffy just witnessed all of his friends getting blasted by Kaido, and Kaido was, like, in his dragon form, and he was, like, destroying one of the towns of, Wano, and Luffy got really mad, and he went all out against Kaido, and he went like Gear 4th, and he did all of his moves, and he tried his best to stop Kaido right then and there with the power he had, and Kaido didn't even take him seriously. Like, he was drunk half the time, and Luffy was going all out with his, like, Gear 4th, and he was like just going in, and I was just like, whoa, like, Luffy, wow. And he was trying his best to defeat Kaido now with the power level that he had right now, and Kaido was just like, yeah, it's like, he didn't even, Kaido threw a couple of moves at Luffy, like some fireballs at Luffy, but like Luffy kind of dodged them pretty easily, and it wasn't that very much of like a fight. Like, Luffy was going all out, but Kaido, he wasn't really doing that very much. And then Kaido went into his normal human form, and then he did the Thunder Bagua, and he destroyed Luffy in one move. And honestly, that was a bit annoying for me. I did not like that, because Luffy has come so far in the new world, and he just defeated, like, Katakuri, and he was, getting a lot more powerful, and I thought at this point now in the story, he should at least be at the, not at the Emperor's level, but he should at least be getting there. But no, he got one tap by Kaido, and he was done, and it was just like, wow. And I was just like, I was not very happy with that. And then Luffy got so much more exponentially powerful in Wano, that it was like, okay, now Luffy is finally on the level of the emperors right now in the story. I don't think he's there just yet. I think he's at least admiral level, or maybe even higher. I think he's around that level, honestly. But with Kid being destroyed like this by Shanks, honestly, Kid, I really wanted Kid to be the Vegeta to Luffy. Now, this is gonna be a little bit of cope, but yeah, I wanted Kid to be a little bit more, I don't know, impressive. Like, I wanted him to at least be able to get one hit on Shanks, like one hit on Shanks, and do something to Shanks. Him being one tapped like this, it was really cool at the start of the when I was reading the chapter. It was really cool because I love Shanks, and I think that Shanks should be at this power level, but at the same time I think Kid should be at least a little bit more powerful than this, because this looks like he's a scrub, honestly. And if he's supposed to be the rival with Luffy and also Law, like I don't know, like it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right that Kid just gets one tap by Shanks and just gets dealt with pretty easily. Like, I don't really, like, I'm not a Kid fan, but like, honestly, I feel like Kid should have at least been done something to Shanks. Like, I don't know, he should have hit him with one of the damn punk blasts, and hit him with one of the damn punk blasts, and it knocks Shanks back. And Shanks is okay, obviously, but he's just like, oh, you're pretty good, Kid. Kid says, oh, thanks, and then fucking Shanks does divine departure and then destroys him. It would be really interesting if Kid actually got a hit on Shanks like Law did with Blackbeard, because that would show that they're at least a little bit more a little bit stronger after Wano, and they can at least fight with the best of the best. And I do think Shanks is the best of the best. I think he's like God King level, where he is the strongest person in One Piece right now after this display of power. Like, I honestly think that he's stronger than Kaido, and I think Kid should have had at least a little bit more a little bit more of a chance against Shanks, because Shanks' power level is now broken, and honestly, I think it's a little bit too broken, because now Luffy, if Luffy's going to verse Shanks, which he will, I think Shanks is going to test Luffy at some point. I don't know when, but I think Luffy and Shanks are going to meet, sometime soon, and Shanks is going to test Luffy to see if he's ready to become the Pirate King. And I know Luffy is powerful, and I know that he can dish out some really powerful attacks. I mean, you saw all the shit that he was doing with, Gear 5 and, Vance Conqueror's Haki, and infusing his moves with, Conqueror's Haki, and, all the power he got from, fighting Kaido, and in that fight, like, honestly, his power level has gone, way up. Like, he is way stronger than his rivals right now, like, Kid and Law. And Law, he has gotten powerful as well. Like, he got his first attack on, Blackbeard, and he rattled Blackbeard, but, like, I still think Luffy is way, way, way stronger than Law, and even way stronger than Kid, and they're supposed to be his rivals in the New World. And that's kind of the thing that I have been, kind of annoyed with the power levels in One Piece. Some characters are way too powerful, and some characters you think are powerful, like Kid here, but they're not. And it's just like, like, I know Shanks is the most powerful character in One Piece, and Kaido was one of the most powerful, characters in One Piece. But I feel like if you're going to talk up, these three individuals, Luffy, Kid, and Law, they should, after Wano, they should at least be at the same level as the Emperors, because these are supposed to be the next contenders for the next Emperors. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're supposed to be the next contenders, and now with Kid being just diced like this, destroyed like this, it's like, wow, like, that was just wow. Like, Kid wasn't even at that level just yet, and I'm like, how much more powerful does Kid have to gain to be on that level? And the same with like Luffy has gained a lot of power, but after seeing what Shanks can dish out, and seeing the fight between Luffy and Kaido, if Luffy versus Kaido, and Kaido was clean, I still think Kaido would be winning that fight, honestly. And if he had no other fights and he was clean, and Luffy fought him at the power level he is right now, I think Kaido would honestly still win that battle, honestly. So yeah. And I don't think Law or Kid could have taken on Big Mom by themselves. They had to team up to take down Big Mom. And I'm just like, the power level is so different from the Emperors to like the Admirals to the Supernovas, because the Supernovas, they're all like different in power level. Like, they're all different in power level, and they're all just like, some of them don't even know Haki. And some of them don't even have the power level that that Kid and Law and also Luffy are at now. Like Scratchman and Pooh, he will never be at that power level. Hawkins, he will never be at that power level. Mad Monka Rouge, he will never be on that power level. Like, you get what I mean? Like, some of the Supernovas, they were talked up to be the next generation of the the pirate world. Like the generation before them was like Shanks, Kaido, Big Mom, Shiki was in. He was actually in Roger's generation. But there's like a lot of people who are around the generation before them who are way stronger than the generation that's coming up right now with the Supernovas, and it's just like, the power difference is very weird. It's like all over the place, and I'm just like what I'm saying? So I really wish that the power level, the power sort of gap wasn't so big. Like, I wish the power gap wasn't so big in One Piece now with Shanks, because Shanks has the power gap with Shanks is like, whoa, like it's like this, like it's like, wow, like this is where this is where Luffy and Law and Kid are at, and this is where Shanks is, and there's such a big gap, like, honestly, with the power level. And the same thing goes with like Big Mom and Kaido, because Luffy, Law, and Kid are still not on that level, and they honestly should be at this point in the story, because we're in the final saga of One Piece. Luffy, Law, and Kid should be at their max level, honestly, right now, with still a bit more room to grow, but like, they should be at their max level. And if Kid is at his max level right now, like, honestly, like, that is just like, that's just disappointing. Yeah, I'm disappointed with, Kid and Law with their power levels. I'm not so disappointed with Law. I'm more disappointed with Kid than anything else, because Kid getting, one shot like this with Shanks is just a little bit disappointing with Kid. Although I never really put much stock in Kid to begin with, so I'm a little bit more like, like, you know, but I'm fine with, you know, Shanks being at this power level. I'm just disappointed that Kid, you know, didn't stand a chance against, you know, Shanks after reading this chapter a couple of times and, you know, and thinking about it, you know, and talking about it with some, you know, people in my friend group that I've, like, you know, that know about the latest chapter of One Piece. So, yeah. But but that is basically it. I was kind of just rambling on and on. I'm gonna cut the video off here. I could keep on going on and on, honestly. So yeah. But anyways, this is your boy Shonen Boy signing out. You know, like, comment, and subscribe. And what do you think about these two topics about, you know, Blackbeard coming to Egghead Island and him potentially killing, you know, the member of the Gorosei, Senkagia Saturn? You know, could that be interesting to you, or do you think Blackbeard is here for something else, or do you think it's not Blackbeard and do you think it's Aokiji or one of the other Blackbeard pirates? Put that in the comment section down below. And what do you think about Shanks's power level? Do you think it's too powerful? He's too powerful, or do you think he's alright and this is fine for his power level? And do you think, you know, Kid, Law, and Luffy should be even more powerful than they are right now? And what do you think about the power gap and the power scaling in One Piece? Do you think it's all over the place, or do you think it's alright? Put that in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later, and have an awesome day.